And thank you for staying with us. The University Student Center, or I should say Student Senate, better known as the USS, of the City University of New York, CUNY, is an organization focusing on the protecting of the rights of the student body. And while furthering the cause of public and higher education and promoting the general welfare of its student body as well as the university. And here now is to share a little bit more is filmmaker, executive director of CUNY Student Senate, and he is Cyrille Njikeng. And we thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Oh, good to have you. So when we talk about the Student Senate, obviously a lot of people are need rights and they have things that they're really advocating for,
yes,
and especially in today's society as far as, the economy and financial situations. Talk to us a little bit about the work of the Student Senate.
The University Student Senate at CUNY is a student-led body organization. Mm-hmm. So it's like the Student Government Association in various campuses. Because for those that don't know, CUNY have 25 campuses, and every campus have a Student Government Association. So that Student Government Association elects 2 delegates and 2 alternates to represent them on a CUNY level, on a university level. So we are the University Student Senate. I'm honored to be the executive director. We advocate for things like filling the tap gap, free CUNY, stopping the tuition increase. We give scholarships to students, yearly scholarships. We organize co-sponsorship with clubs, local clubs on campuses that want to organize events and don't have enough funding. They could apply to us to get more funding to do. So it's more about the right of the students. Right. We travel to Albany to advocate to the elected officials. We meet with the officials at CUNY Central at the office. So our students are very active out there to say, no, this university used to be free before. Mm-hmm. Why are we paying now, and why are they asking us to pay more? So can we do something so that should stop? So this year was a very active year because it's an election year. So we think the elected officials have an ear to listen to us this year.
It might be a good time to get that in, right? Yeah. But when you talk about political activism, obviously engaging students, you have the delegation of students who are from these 25 campuses.
Yes, sir.
But yet and still, you talk about the student body itself, motivating the body and getting that connection. It's one thing to have an organization, but it's another thing to get the body represented. Yeah. How well have you been able to get into the body of students and getting them engaged politically?
That's an awesome question. I was a student leader myself. Graduated from Lehman College, class of 2015. I was a student government president at Lehman, and I went to City College for my master's degrees, and I was a student government president at City College. Then I became a member of this organization. I was a vice chair for graduate student affairs. So when I graduated from City College, the position of executive directors opened up, and I'm honored to be offered the job. So I've experienced this journey. So it's easy for me to tell my story and tell the students that, guess what? We have to be real. If you want to advocate for the students, you have to do it as a true advocate. And sometimes it's not easy because students have classes, they have families. Some students are struggling with homelessness. Some students are struggling with food insecurity. But we still have great student advocates that believe that they can be the voice for the voiceless. Right. So it's a process. But with stories like mine, being a part of the family, it's easy for students to connect with me and say, oh, if he did it, I could do it. Right. So let's go and do it. So.
And you've been noticed by that. I mean, the borough president himself actually gave you an award. You just recently got an award from the borough president. Congratulations.
Thank you,
sir.
When
you talk about being that voice for the voiceless, tell people about the award and what it means to you.
I woke up one morning with my son, my 8-year-old son, and we're going to the train. I was taking him to work with me, and he saw the garbage on the pathway, on the path at Kingsbridge on 194th. And he asked me, like every 8 years old will ask, Daddy, why is there so much garbage on the floor? And I felt ashamed. For the first time, I didn't know what to tell my son. Mm-hmm. I could not explain to him that the city is not doing their job, the GOT is not working, the GSNY is not doing what they're supposed to do, the MTA is not cleaning the street. So I just kept it cool. The next day, I invited him out with me. I said, let's go and clean it. Let's go and see if it's still dirty. We'll clean it, and maybe it will create an awareness. I wasn't looking for fame, all right? I was just doing that to teach my son a lesson. We went down there, we cleaned, and I did a short video of a minute. I posted it on my Twitter. 2 days later, 22,000 views. The video went viral. And I got called from the mayor's office, the Bronxboro president office, and everybody, And I appreciate the Bronxboro president for inspiring my children by giving them certificate of recognition as a Bronxboro resident, right. That will never go away from their mind. Every day they speak about it, and that was my intent. My intent was to inspire them, to understand that they're part of the community, the community is not just them. It's community is us.
Right.
You know, so if the street is not clean, and it's there for 2-3 months without being clean, somebody needs to do something, you know, and that was the story. And I will do that, and I will always do that. And after that, I got accepted as a community board member for Community Board 7. So the journey is continuous, you know, it's not stopping. It's not about being famous.
And you still keep boots on the ground.
Yes, sir.
But you talked about actually taking that video going viral, you not knowing about it. But honestly, you're also a filmmaker as well.
Yes, sir, I am. I always film. I film my children whenever they're doing stuff because that's the story. You know, I grew up without a father, and me doing this to my children is just giving them what I didn't have. You know, so I always film them and I show them the video. I was like, see, you doing this, you could do better, you know, and everything. So taking that film that day was like, I wanted to show them, like, it's important to do community service, you know, and me as a filmmaker is a reflex. Taking my phone and filming is a reflex, it's a second nature, you know, so I'm always doing that. And one of the things that we're talking about today is my movie coming out, March 26th.
Yes, and please tell people about it.
Miles, the movie, is a project I did in Ghana, Africa, in 2019. I got my taxes back, and I've been working on this project for 2 years, and I told my wife, I think you're going to let me use this tax money to shoot a movie in Africa. She was like, do it, I support you. I was like, really? She was like, yeah, you could do it. And I bought my ticket, and I was out in Africa. An issue that really is dear to my heart is child marriage. You know, in the world, and even in America, you have people getting married to 15, 16 years old.
Right.
And I've been writing, I went to Africa 2 years before, and I saw a victim of child marriage, and I decided to tell the story. But she didn't want to be on camera to do a documentary. So my friends and I sat down and we wrote a script, and that's the story. Miles,
wow. Yeah. And you have, really quickly, you have a premiere coming up on Thursday,
March
26th, right?
Yes.
And you'll be telling that story as well.
Yes, sir. It's a short film, 30 minutes. It's a story of a 15-year-old girl that's a victim of a custom, of a tradition of child marriage, where people believe it's normal to do that, you know. But I'm saying, as an advocate, I'm saying it's wrong.
How long did you stay out there doing the filming?
I stayed there for 3 weeks. Yeah, and we shot straight for 14 days, non-stop.
Wow.
Day in and day out. Wow. You know.
And what was the most striking thing to you out of all that?
The most striking thing was the hospitality. Was the village where we shot in, and for people that follow me on Instagram, I always put updates. We were given everything. You know, you can't shoot a movie in New York with $5,000 or $6,000. But with my $6,000, it's stretched, you know, because everybody was hospitable. People gave me their bed to sleep on. People gave me free food. People gave me water. They gave us the free everything, you know. So hospitality is great. It was awesome. Me being an African, I was shocked, you know. Being a New Yorker, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Can I have it? Yeah, oh, wow, thank you, you know. So that was shocking, you know, but that was a blessing, too, for the project.
Definitely. Well, Cyrille, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Put that tax money to work, huh?
Oh, yes, man. I put it to work. I stretched it.
All righty. Well, listen, if you want to RSVP for the movie premiere, you can visit Eventbrite at Miles by Cyrille. And then you can also follow him on social media at Cyrille Njikeng. Don't go anywhere. We have got more show coming back. We're going to discuss more information about yesterday's Democratic primaries. Super Tuesday. We recap the results with our political analyst coming up right after this.